Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. It's Chuck here. We got 11 properties today. I don't know what happened with yesterday's video. We started uploading around 4. It finished at like 9 p.m. Never happens. Usually it's 5 or 10 minutes. So let's get to today's list. Actually, not a bad list at all. Starts off with Van Fleet, and if you look, you've got the property which is right here. And then you've got a townhouse beside an end unit. And then you can see just over here is the sloping berm that goes up to the train track. So you will hear some of the train track noise on this street. The way it's set up, this is the back of the house, so you've got living dining, and you've got hardwood floors, nice colors on this one here. There's the galley style kitchen, so it goes like this, and then your living dining is over in the back here. So very well done. I mean, the problem that I have with this one is it's only one full bathroom upstairs, but it's got nice sized rooms. Everything about this one I think really would appeal to most first-time buyers. And it's a good listing. They've done a nice dark driveway here. So it's all set. It's ready to move in. 364.9 is right in line with what the other ones have sold for. I think the last one was 366 or something like that. So it's right in the mark. I wouldn't be surprised if this one sold within the first couple days. And so the next one up is Thompson. It's a relist at 389, and homes like this one with a finished basement, it's 1,500 square feet. It's a semi. I mean, they've gone for more than 410 on some of the quieter streets. Now this one's on Thompson, so they're taking about a 20K hit. And still not selling, so I don't know if there's something inside the home that's maybe preventing people from buying, but it actually looks really good to me. It's a nice kitchen layout. The basement looks good. So I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe there's something else going on. You even have the ability to park 2 cars side by side, which is hard to find in a lot of these homes. And remember, if you're on Thompson, you're in those little cul-de-sacs just off of Thompson, you can't park on the street. It's considered a fire hazard. So your guests would actually, if they didn't have one of the 2 driveway spots, they would have to park on one of the side streets and then walk to the house. Now, again, that can be a reason, sometimes the noise from Thompson, but I think that they've definitely taken that into consideration, and I'm surprised this one didn't sell. I saw it come out and I thought, boy, that one definitely looks like one that's going to sell pretty quick. Anyhow, Jemson, same thing. So it's a townhouse, it's the end unit, and what's nice about this one, actually I'll go back here, so you can see how nice the photos are. You've got hardwood floors, you've got pot lights, hardwood staircase, all the things that people would want. 3 bedrooms, and I think a real advantage here is that you've got some green space, because sometimes these ones feel like they're very choppy and one right after the other. So you've got all this beautiful view over here. There's a school, there's a park, there's the escarpment you can see just off in the distance. Really surprised this one hasn't sold. I mean, we've seen a lot of these models actually go for, you know, around this price, and I don't know if they have this much value. So really good listing. I think someone should jump all over it if they don't necessarily want a backyard. And the other thing is, on the corner you do have a bit of green space around you. You have some grass on the side of your house. But if a backyard isn't that important, remember the kids can go over and just play in the green space, the park right across the street. Very nice. That one definitely gets an A+ grade for me. I think it's a great listing. Now, I like what they did with this one on Archer, because we're so used to seeing these front shots, and so this one's off to the side, shows the beautiful gardens here. You've got a nice front porch, so it highlights the strengths of the listing. You can even see a little bit about the neighbors too, and this is a Lindsay. It's 1,800 square feet. We profiled one yesterday as well. Nice inside. So there's no hardwood floors, right, which can make it a little bit difficult when you start playing in this price range. But California shutters, good layout on this one here too. So the 4 bedrooms. So instead of the 3 like we talked about with the one yesterday, they've actually not separated. The bedrooms aren't huge, but they're just big enough that they feel somewhat comfortable for a family. So it's an efficient layout on the 2nd floor. There's some of your finished basement there too. You've got a rollout awning with the deck. And this one gets a passing grade as well, for sure. Diamond is 489, and it's one of the bigger models for the detached. Same idea as the one we talked about, siding onto the park. So it doesn't really have a backyard. It's got a back deck on top of the double car garage. So if lawn maintenance isn't your thing, and you don't necessarily need it for kids, it can be an excellent place to live. Typically they do have very, very good floor plans, And so that's the deal with this one here. It's got a little two-piece on the ground level, so you could potentially have somebody stay there overnight or anything else. Not a lot of pictures. It would be high for that style of home if they got anywhere near that 49. 499 is this one here. Looks like a Plan 5 corner to me. Hardwood floors, basically one big room. And we've got that one on Carbert for what is it, like 469. So this one's certainly stretching above there. The most recent sale was in the 470s, and they took a bit of a drop. They were hanging up in the 490s for a while. It looks like maybe they might have come down a little bit. Now this photo is kind of funny. So ready? Can you see me? There I am. I'm gone now. There I am. I don't know why they included that, but I thought it was kind of funny when I was going through the listings. And that's the deal with that one. So 4 bedrooms upstairs. Wettlaufer is about 2017 square feet, a little bit bigger than the previous one. Staggered garage, so you lose the driveway space in front of the one closest to us, this one here. And you've got one driveway space and then the 2 garage spaces. Inside the home, it's a nice floor plan. It does open up when you move that garage forward. And so you've got your dining room, and then you have your kitchen plus a living room and an eat-in. So it's almost set up in like a 4 grid pattern. California shutters, the floors, everything else. It's 3 bedrooms upstairs, plus there's a little loft. I have no idea why they showed that picture. I guess it's to show that little nook, but you don't even know where it is. And it just looks weird and creepy to me. So $535 is the price. Even last year, this model, it's called a Royal Fern. It's sold like right up into the 520, 525. So these guys I think are going to do reasonably well. Dixon 549. It's a 4 bedroom with a finished basement, and they have 9 photos to work with. I don't know why they didn't show a picture of the finished basement. The kitchen's okay. It probably costs between $5,000 and $10,000 to do all of this interlocking here. Yeah, so I mean, there's probably more that they could show. How about the master bedroom? How about the ensuite? And we say this all the time on Daily Homes. You know, your first showing is online. You really have to make that impression. You got to let people know about some of the rooms that you have. And they've done some of the ones on the main floor, but they're missing the top floor and then the basement. So anyways, and even the backyard too would be a good thing to show. Zimmerman here is $559. And so we've got... Not sure which layout this one is. It's hard to tell, again, because there's not a lot of photos of the main floor here. There's 2 of the entryway. And so I think it's the Delphinium. I think that's in the description, actually. But so you've got a dining room plus a living room here. And then the kitchen with the eat-in over on the side. It looks like the color choices, everything has been done reasonably well. And yeah, very well appointed, well upgraded, lots of windows, and it's 110 feet deep. So that's about 30 feet deeper than most of the Mattamy ones. Now, it's 41 in the front, it narrows to 36 in the back. So depending on how that feels, I think you'll have kind of a long... If it feels like a bowling alley, I don't think it will, but if it does, that may hurt their chances. Overall, though, it's a good listing. $559 is right around the point where I'd expect to see it. And McCutcheon is at $749. And there's not a lot of information. It's a Tothberg model, 3331 square feet. And hardwood floor. There's a little bit of stuff that we see in the upgrades here, but I think the main thing is this is a good location. So McCutcheon's right here, and so the library is just off to the side. So if you like taking your kids to the library, it's an ideal location. There's a park there. There's a park here, so there's lots of good places to take the kids. There's some great biking trails close by. Now the new Kilburger School is going to be right down here at 4th Line in Louis Saint Laurent. So you've got a high school close by. You also have what many consider to be one of the best public schools in Milton, which is Hawthorne Village Public School, just over here. That would be the home school. It's a real straight shot right down Hearst, and then you take a little walking path and you can get right to the school. So ideal location. There's lots of stuff here. There's a big park. There's a splash pad further north. Guardian Angels is over there as well. So I really like the location here. I think it has a lot of long-term benefit. There's a nice walking trail where the gas line is. And what a lot of people don't always consider is the fact that where are you in relation to the rest of the town? Now, the escarpment stuff is further down there. You're probably an extra 10 minutes off the highway. and you look at how easy this one is to get on the James Snow and get right onto the highway here. It's probably no more than about 5 or 6 minutes. So those things all come into play on something like this, I think, in my eyes. I mean, Ennisclare is the next one at 1.2. And I don't know what it is about the homes on Ennisclare, but they never put inside shots, at least in the beginning. And then they wake up and they figure out they need to. 3.6 acres, and it looks like it's like 5,000 square feet. You've got your pool there. And it actually looks like a great listing on paper. It's just a matter of having a chance to see inside the home. And without that, I mean, it's just like we said, your first showing, you got to wow someone enough that they're going to want to come out, especially the 1.2 million buyers, because they can be very particular about what they're looking for, and rightfully so. So that's the list for today. If you have any questions, give us a call, and that's it for today. So you can join us on a tour of Milton Homes. You can come to a buyer class. The next one's on August 25th, and you can come meet me at Starbucks if you want to just have a chat about your plans and start to talk about some of the steps and some of the costs involved with doing what you want to do. So anyways, we'll see you later.